We have a little bit of a delay in the start because confetti is flying. Megan, we have gotten confirmation. This is not because the Buckeyes want to celebrate that Big Ten regular season championship early. If they do get it, they could get it with a win. We were told there's actually been some shows in here, and that's why there's confetti flying.
And we still have a little more coming down. This actually happened last game for Ohio State, too. And you got to credit the managers who have been out here grabbing them up like in the games you used to play as a kid where the butterflies fly around. You got to catch as many as possible out of the elephant trunk. It's kind of what this confetti falling's like.
I don't think the Wolverines mind at all. It's blue confetti falling. They said, okay, Ohio State has never welcomed us like this before. Rivalry that is so deep. Ohio State won't even use the name Michigan. They say it's the team up north. Second matchup between these two groups this season. We're underway, Megan. Here we go.
TTUN, that team up north.
Oh, you got the acronym for it. You understood the assignment. Okay, Cotie McMahon gets started quickly.
Speaking of understanding the assignment, Cotie McMahon has started to knock down that mid-range jumper consistently. She's aggressive getting to the rim. Michigan's going to get her that shot. She's got to knock it down.
You can tell that Michigan has seen this press before from Ohio State. They break it, but miss on the jumper there. Sheldon all the way to the rim.
Few people have bigger bounds than Jacy Sheldon does when it comes to getting downhill.
Michigan the other way. And from behind, blocked by Celeste Taylor.
Celeste Taylor has some of the best defensive principles naturally in her head on the floor. She is always hunting blocks. Boom, and she timed that perfectly because the ball was coming out of Brett's hand. She got it cleanly, avoided the foul.
Hobbs from the outside drains that one. You got to remember, Celeste Taylor is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC, the transfer here, first year at Ohio State from Duke.
I remember it, and Celeste Taylor doesn't let you forget it either because of how good she's been defensively this year.
Number one in the conference in steals. I know we just saw on a block, but just proves what she's able to do defensively. Sheldon sets her feet. You can count that one.
Speaking of defensively, Michigan playing that matchup 1-3-1-esque zone where Ohio State moved the ball better. They spaced it well, and Sheldon got an open shot as a result.
Ohio State right now 100% from the field. Driving kick here from Michigan. Hansen can get crafty. 4-point game. Here comes Felia. She can finish in a lot of different ways.
Her ability to finish by getting so low to the ground gives her an advantage because she attacks McMahon's outside hip, getting McMahon off balance and giving Felia the advantage.
You mentioned it. Felia had a career night the last time these two teams played. Career high 26 points. Sheldon just short on that one. Remember, she already has the three, but keeps the possession alive. The extra effort and converted by Taylor too.
That is what makes Jacy Sheldon a special player. She constantly makes plays.
Evans, second chance opportunity by Alyssa Brett.
Michigan does a nice job of keeping one player down low.
Megan, you talked about that zone. Kim Barnes-Rico calling it a 1-3-1, but Cotie McMahon gets right to the center of it.
Michigan doing a nice job not allowing the ball to go to the high post.
Ohio State gets set in that press again. And even without a deflection or a steal, they create a turnover because Hansen second guesses.
Ohio State just wreaks havoc with this press. Even when you think you've broken it, Jacy Sheldon and Ricky Harris kind of look around like they're not paying attention, then boom, they're coming up to trap you and you travel.
Michigan's fourth turnover. Remember, we're just in the first quarter.
And both Ohio State and Michigan turned it over last time they met.
That is the third time that Cotie McMahon has gotten to the teeth of the zone, attack mode, nice dump down. Second chance opportunity, and that is how Michigan has gotten on the board this evening.
Alyssa Brett doing a great job drawing two white jerseys towards her. That left her an open opportunity drop off for Cam Williams.
Kudos for Cameron Williams sticking at it, right? She misses the chippy, gets it right back. A battle down low for the rebound.
This is why you box out.
They go to Williams. Backing down Parks. And the ball will go back to Ohio State. Taylor Fury hands it off to Sheldon. She gets to the nail. The charge is taken by the Wolverines. Sacrificing the body there. Time and score here. Less than 30 to go here in this first quarter. Shot clock is off. Falling to the floor. Michigan recovers it. They got to get over. Here they are. Michigan trying to get organized here. Time winding down. Less than 10 to go here in this quarter. 4-point game. Ophelia tries to get it down to Williams. She gets it up before the quarter ends, but that's a no-go. So it will remain a 4-point basketball game.
3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and Ohio State turning you over in their press. You think you have room to move. Lauren Hansen has room, but Jacy Sheldon stunts at her, forces a turnover. Same thing. There's room to move potentially. Ricky Harris times it perfectly, reading the eyes of Alyssa Brett to not allow her to have that overhead pass. And this is the deadly area to lose the ball or even attempt to pick it up, because Taylor Theory and Jacy Sheldon are like peanut butter and jelly when it comes to trying to trap and cut that angle at the sideline. You don't want to pick the ball up as soon as you cross half court.
The press is so unpredictable. Opponents have told me all season long it's impossible to practice against because you don't exactly know what they're going to do. 4 steals so far for the Buckeyes. Top of the league in that category. Top of the league in turnover margin, and they proved it so far in the first quarter.
Ohio State also times up the traps well and the ball fit, or the deflections well rather. It's unbelievable. Their ability to communicate with each other defensively.
Michigan forcing the turnover there. Remains a 4-point basketball game. Kick straight off on that one.
Ohio State really hasn't had a good look. Part of Michigan's defense in this quarter.
Drive and kick sets up Mikulashikova perfectly.
Paint touches lead to open 3-point opportunities, and Rebecca Mikulashikova.
They're moving. Nice backdoor cut. Picked up by Jacy Sheldon. Who's on the run again? Buckeyes. And then a foul as Cotie McMahon is driving to the bucket. Sheldon's ability to be such a solid two-way player. We talked about the fact that she leads this Buckeye team, the number 2 team in the country in points. She's also top 5 in the conference in steals. I don't know how her motor keeps running so consistently. Taylor Theory on a mission to the cup.
Speaking of consistency, Taylor Theory is about as blue collar as they come. There's nothing flashy about her game, but she's always in the right spot. She understands the personnel in the scouting report, and she's all over the floor. In the first quarter, Michigan had allowed quite a few second chance opportunities for Ohio State, but has since cut it down, and they're doing a better job of boxing Ohio State out.
Some activity from this zone now. Celeste Taylor taking advantage of the scramble.
When you attack a zone, you have to attack the gaps within the zone. Celeste Taylor just creeps right behind it at a great angle, and she's able to attack into the open areas.
Tie up here. If these jump balls are any indication on how badly both of these teams want this one, I'm sure they do. Hansen getting crafty here. Gets around McMahon.
I thought she got bumped on that.
No call, so we play on. Here's Celeste Taylor. You could tell she was going to go to the rim. Referees letting both of these teams play through some contact. Hobbs there. Stays close. 6-point basketball game. Travel there by Mikulashikova. 2 blocks so far in the first half for Cotie McMahon.
It feels like 5.
The impact. Another deflection by the Buckeyes. Basketball will stay with the Wolverines. Here comes Ophelia. Off the screen. Michigan in no rush here. They've played with this pace all evening long, and they get the nice opportunity for Cameron Williams.
I love the decision to get the ball inside to Williams. They were able to move the ball across the perimeter a couple of times, forced the defense to shift, and got a better angle inside to Williams.
Now the deficit is at 4. Sheldon, quick decision, pull-up. Trying to get her own rebound. Well, if you're a blocking threat, If the offensive player thinks you have the ability to block the shot, you can change the trajectory. Flying in comes Felia. Draws the foul. These are the first free throws of the evening for Michigan. For both Felia and Hobbs. Played some state tournaments, state championships right on this floor.
I love this arena. It's a great atmosphere. Fans show up, they're loud here. And of course you're going to get up against your rival.
I always enjoy an arena that has traffic. That means people are coming out to see women's basketball. Swatted away there by Alyssa Brett. 6-0 run continues for Michigan.
Michigan looks more settled into this game now.
They could take the lead on this possession depending on which way they go. They go right back to Williams. Nice step through there.
And why not? Cameron Williams had a huge game last year at Ohio State as well, with Michigan's leading scorer. When she gets deep positioning, it's tough.
Love that line. Taylor wanted the foul call. Less than a minute to go here in the second. Hansen looking at the rim. You could tell she's going to put it out smooth as butter on that one.
Well, the hands were down by Celeste Taylor. Lauren Hansen's like, are you sure you want to keep your hands down and not contest on me? Lauren Hansen.
Michigan in the middle of a 10-0 run. Kevin McGuff let the referees hear it during that last break. Fighting for his athletes.
It is now February. Physical play is turned all the way up when it comes to the Big Ten, and you got to be ready to have some no calls. I like the officials letting players play.
More than 3 minutes have gone by. Shoemate tries to end the drought. She doesn't. Basketball stays with Ohio State.
Now you allow Ohio State to have a baseline out of bounds opportunity with 20 seconds on the clock. Way too much time for the Buckeyes.
Sheldon being mindful of the time here. No rush for Ohio State. McMahon, one-on-one in the post. She does that.
That is such an advantage for her to be isolated one-on-one. Oh, man, the foul's going to get called here.
It's going to be on Celeste Taylor.
Cam Williams. Get her deep in this possession and allow her to go to work one-on-one against Mika Leshikova.
Williams, 3 for 5 from the floor. They get it to Williams, but she's far away from the basket. I don't even think they're going to get a shot up, and they don't. First half is going to end.
Low scoring.
Believe it or not, no players in double figures when it comes to scoring so far this evening. Cotie McMahon leading all scorers with 8.
I mean, 22 points, that doesn't shock me, but when you have some of the best scoring offenses in the country right here, it makes things a little shocking.
Empty first possession for Michigan. And Layla Felia, that's her go-to, that mid-range area that she just missed from.
She's excelled in the mid-range game. It's automatic for her, but Ohio State doing a good job. You want to hand off, just trying to make things a little more difficult and make her think twice.
So we know Michigan wanted to find on the backside. Going through its series. Nice dump down to Evans. She just loses it. Some contact there. But the referees have let these athletes play.
It's February. It is Big Ten play. This is a physical league. You have to expect contact, and you can't expect to get calls as a player.
Last week of the regular season, both of these teams just have one game left. Nice takes there by Taylor.
Cameron Williams is such a physical back-to-the-back post player. Rebecca Mika-Leshikova doesn't necessarily want to get in the paint and bang. She wants to pick and pop more so. She's upped her game in the sense that she can score with her back to the basket more consistently, but it's a huge advantage having her.
These passes by Ohio State and one opportunity for Celeste Taylor.
The Buckeyes share the ball at such a high level, and when you move the ball quick against Michigan's defense, good things happen because the defense shifts. Celeste Taylor goes straight up. They're looking at the cylinder of the basket if she's right directly underneath it, and she was.
Can we give one more praise to that pass from Taylor Theory?
Praise away. Give her all the credit and the flowers in the world.
Her teammates say she doesn't get enough. Trap here, just past half court. You call it the danger zone.
It's the danger zone because players are picking up their dribble.
Ohio State finding a counter during that halftime break. McMahon against 2 defenders. She creates contact.
It is wild to watch Cotie McMahon catch the ball with the B1G logo, literally sit down like she's squatting in the weight room.
It's those little things that start to develop as the season goes along. And look, she knocks down the second one.
It gives you a huge motivation boost as a player when your teammate says, hey, I believe in you, you're fine. It just helps your confidence.
It worked on that free throw. Michigan still scoreless here in the third quarter.
Michigan has not really been able to get into a rhythm offensively. Ohio State's been at the right angle, but this is a good offense for them. Cam Williams has to get touches.
Hauled down by McMahon. She jumps over Alyssa Brett to avoid the contact. Here comes Ohio State. Kevin McGuff calling out the offense from the sideline. They go back to McMahon. Top of the key.
Michigan needs to continue trying to work the ball inside, whether that be the stuff or Williams, to establish that inside-outside game.
I want to get Lane Ophelia going. Williams. Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Take away what I just said, right? Cam Williams has had the advantage all evening long.
And she's taking Rebecca Mikulášková to school down low because she's getting so deep in the paint. All she has to do is give one shoulder fake and she's at the rim.
McMahon looked at the rim, tossed it up to Sheldon. Good decision.
Ohio State has spread the floor really nicely against Michigan's zone.
Another opportunity for Michigan. Jordan Hobbs drains it.
This is what Michigan needs. Knocking down big shots and getting stops. They cannot get into a situation where they're trading buckets with Ohio State. They have to walk down, stop, score, stop.
We're halfway through the third quarter. Sheldon again from the outside.
Jacy Sheldon is wide open. Nobody's even in her vicinity. She's got all day to get a shot off because Ohio State's spacing the floor so well.
That three just ignites the relentlessness of this Ohio State press. Foul is called, and we will take a break. 34-27 is the score.
Ohio State's only loss of the season is to the Wolverines. They beat Penn State on the road. They picked up a couple of wins in the non-conference that are hopefully going to pay off for them. And this is a team that deserves to be in the tournament.
Cotie McMahon now in double figures.
And scoring in easy ways. She uses her body so well to shield off any sort of opportunity for the defense to block her.
Nice break here by Michigan. Ohio State, number 2 in the country. That's tied for the highest ranking that the program has ever had. Hansen, just short, picked up by Sheldon. She's looking ahead. Taylor, that's good.
In rhythm, ball reversal. And you also have the spacing. Ohio State's been able to knock down open threes when they space the floor well and spread Michigan out defensively.
An 8-0 run has Ohio State up by 12, largest lead of the game. And Cotie McMahon, how she just went up and grabbed that basketball. (39-27). Foul here on the rebound. So Ohio State now will be shooting at the free throw line from here on out. Michigan is over the limit. Let's talk about the balanced attack from Ohio State so far. You got 2 players in double figures in Sheldon and McMahon. Celeste Taylor coming off a 20-point performance on Sunday.
The Buckeyes have won games by grinding out in a half court. They've also won games by running you out of the gym. With the balance and the depth that they've been able to build over the course of this season.
Celeste Taylor. Brett is a transfer from Bowling Green State, so she's in her first year here at Michigan. Had quite the career at Bowling Green. Spent 4 years there, 10 career double-doubles. Led her team last season in scoring. She gets both of those.
Alyssa Brett is also a menace defensively. She got Cotie McMahon in a ton of foul trouble the first time these 2 teams met. She's constantly in the right place to draw a lot of charges. She might lead the league in charges draw potentially.
Ohio State finding some openings in that zone.
attacking the gaps, finding the open spots right now. Ohio State's been able to exploit Michigan's zone when they're getting to the open spots.
Oh! Did she do what I just think she did?
She did what you thought she just did.
Wrap-around pass around the defender, Lauren Hansen.
That's what you learn playing outside in New York City.
Pick 6. Oh! Missed the chippy.
But in rivalry games like this, those are really tough misses. I love Lauren Hansen's passing ability. Watch this. I mean, oh my goodness. She almost sent that between Celeste Taylor's legs as she was running down. That was the perfect angle, the perfect spin on it. Oof. Lauren Hansen put a little juice into it.
We use the term thread the needle. That was it in perfect artistry.
Like if you look it up in the dictionary,
You'll
video.
see Lauren Hansen's pass. Yep. You know, Kim Barnes-Arico said, maybe you don't always see it in our offense with Lauren Hansen, but she's got some creativity to her game.
I love her toughness she plays with as well.
They go back to her. Pull up Jay.
And I love how she comes out every single game and plays at a high level. Not to mention, Hansen was a 2-guard when she was at Mizzou. She's come into Michigan and she's playing the point guard position. And she's not a natural point guard, but she's taken over the role and does a great job of getting everybody in a blue jersey in their proper spaces and places to be successful.
Kim Barnes-Arico saying, hey, she not only came to a new team, but a new coach and a new position. And Lauren Hansen has embraced it. She's coachable and open-minded. Meantime, Harris. Tyre Parks. Cleaning up the mess. Every time Michigan gets some momentum, Ohio State responds right back.
And the Buckeyes have found ways to score and haven't forced anything. They've gotten into the gap, they've reversed the ball, all the little things.
Way to get downhill, Layla Felia.
Michigan's needs Layla Felia to start getting to the rim as often as possible. The Buckeyes only with 7 points in that second quarter, but still finding a way at halftime to make the proper adjustments. And that adjustment has been spreading the floor and moving the ball better against Michigan's zone.
12 points is the difference. Under 2 to go here in the third.
Now the Wolverines back in man-to-man, just trying to throw different looks at the Buckeyes.
Well, it takes something to be able to identify what defense the opponent is in. Off shot there by Sheldon. Michigan now gets some extra time to work. Remember, this is a team that beat Ohio State in December. Quick pull by Hobbs and off the glass. She'll take it.
Why not?
It counts. Shot clock is off here in the third. Green waiting it for it to go down just a little bit.
Oh, good backdoor.
Sheldon just short, battling with the trees though. Before the buzzer, and knocked out of their turn away. If it's any indication about things have gone the last few minutes for Ohio State.
Emmy is amazing. Emmy has Down syndrome, and her and Jacy are so close. Emmy comes down to the floor, high fives the Buckeyes every single warm-up. Also, she's the mayor of the shot. She goes around, people are yelling at her, giving her fist bumps, everything. Emmy Sheldon is a total rock star here.
As she should be. She also gives the best hugs.
And she's got great dance moves.
Cheering on her sister, who's top 5 in a lot of categories in the Big Ten. Meantime, Taylor Theory extending this Hansen. You can tell she's an attack mode. Create some space there.
Love the pass fake as well. It opened her up a little more to force the white jersey to go one way and gave Hansen a wide open runway to the lane.
The combo from Hansen there, the patience. Back to an 11-point game. Theory trying to turn the corner. No good on that one. They go to Sheldon. Shot clock winding down. Jacy Sheldon. Nice elevation on a midway.
She elevated and actually altered that shot in the air as well. Oh my goodness.
Taken away by Taylor. This is what the Buckeyes do.
The Wolverines have to find a way to slow down when breaking it, try to get the ball up the floor as fast as possible, but slow down when it comes to making their decisions. It's okay to take their time.
Just for some reference, Ohio State turns teams over 21 times a game, and they average 10 steals. So they're on another level this season. Michigan still has time here. 15-point game. Under 8 is a lot of time to go. She's an 80% free throw shooter. Gets the first. Layla Felia so far tonight, 7 points. Parks asking for the ball. Taylor trying to get to the cup. You know, she has this innate ability to create contact. The transfer from Duke has been in 3 conferences during her time in college. She started in the Big 12. What's the difference in all these conferences, and what she appreciates about the Big 10 is that it's team-oriented.
We also asked her, what's the biggest rivalry of all the games? You've had Texas, Oklahoma, you've been in Duke, UNC, Michigan, Ohio State. She did say Duke, UNC.
There's something different
rivalry. I will say, folks, not to put her on blast, but that was her answer.
Well, she just said because people are camping out for weeks.
Yeah. This is where Michigan has to keep Ohio State to one and done. They cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, Ohio State right now is just getting into the paint. Well, it's such a fine balance, right? Because Kevin McGuff says we are better when Cotie McMahon is aggressive, but then she's also got to be smart about the opportunity she takes at the rim because of the charges that you've talked about. 2 for 2 from the free throw line from McMahon. You know what's interesting is Ohio State has not backed out of this press.
Well, it's part of their identity, and the reason why they have this lead right now is you see Felia finally getting to the rim and scoring off of it. But they still don't want Michigan to score, and the Wolverines haven't been able to score except for really that possession against this press consistently.
Felia's up to 9 points. Remember, she averages 16.2. Buckeyes have really kept her quiet so far. See that box out there? Look at that. Another jump ball, but this time it goes to Michigan. 15-point difference. And that is a foul. Brett gets the first one.
Looks like your math was right here, though, because she is now shooting free throws.
Yeah, you know.
Just happy for you. And they say this is the most competitive year, the most unpredictable year in the Big Ten.
Just a miscue there by the Buckeyes. Oh, that's a drill there. That's what you do in practice.
Like 3-man weave going back into a transition where the ball barely touched the floor for Michigan.
So look now, what was once a 17-point lead is down to 11. Just under 4 to go.
It's a big defensive possession from a momentum standpoint.
Michigan packing the paint. The outside is open though. Oh, timely 3 by Sheldon.
Jacy Sheldon just made a face like she couldn't believe that shot winning.
They don't convert. Here comes Ohio State. Ohio State, just 3 minutes and 1 second if they hold on away from a Big Ten regular season championship that they don't have to share with anyone.
Kevin McGuff definitely does not want to share that, as he said. We're not celebrating winning just a share of the title. We want to win the whole thing. Ohio State has a great fan base. It's a great venue. It's lateral to be a great venue hosting the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament.
And Ohio State has done such a beautiful job controlling the pace of this game. Cotie McMahon, is that supposed to be a shot? 4 for 7 so far.
Or, excuse me, to the foul line, rather. And she's gotten buckets quite a bit tonight. And shout out to the managers who are hustling out here, grabbing all the confetti before it hit the ground.
Anticipation by the X Factor, Taylor Theory. Teammate has it back, Cotie McMahon. But maybe they count it differently here in Columbus. Taken away again. Ohio State. No rest for the weary. Celeste Taylor now up to 12 points. Michigan, a team that should have at least one bye in the Big Ten tournament. They're sitting at 6 right now in the standings. Subs coming in for either side. Both can sense how this one will end.
Part of this Michigan team, Kim Barnes-Rico has had to bring in a lot of new talent and just feel you get the bucket to go, and they've had to find chemistry on the fly.
Little hesitation there by Mikulashikova. Passes up a good shot. I mean, my goodness, I'm looking at the stats now. Forced 29 turnovers, 19 steals.
30 points off turnovers. And you can hear the crowd shouting now, Big Ten champs.
That's Kyra Evans. The Buckeyes can dribble it out. Let the crowd soak it in. Let these seniors, Jacy Sheldon, Ricky Harris, Rebecca Mikulashikova, Celeste Taylor. Subs coming in for either side. Both can sense how this one will end.
Fans erupt. Time's gonna run out. Fireworks go off. Undefeated the last 2 months. A season to truly cherish. The Big Ten's best team, Ohio State, outright Big Ten champions.
It's been cool just to see over the years what we have created here, and where we're at today says a lot about this program and the people within it.
I mean, it doesn't stop here. I'm very blessed and very thankful for the opportunities with this team, and then we still have a whole another month of basketball, so it's like we're not done yet.